I'm about to say it. I'm about to say something that might get me banned from Star Wars Online forever. I love Jar Jar Binks. And before you jump into the comments telling me how he ruined your childhood or the prequels, let me just say, I grew up with the prequels, and for all their flaws, I love The Phantom Menace and the prequels in itself. And for me, Jar Jar Binks is an extremely underrated character, and more than that, he's essential to the story, the world building of Star Wars, and the tone in his biggest appearance, The Phantom Menace. So, today I will present the other side of the coin we don't see too often. I get it. Jar Jar's clumsy. He's loud. He has a goofy voice. And I know the internet has not been kind to him. Star Wars fans love to meme on him, hate on him, and call him the worst character ever created.
You are about to see the worst half hour of television ever.
And while some of those criticisms do have some merit, I think we need to take just a big step back. What if I told you Jar Jar actually makes the Phantom Menace? Star Wars has always had comedic sidekicks. From the very start, C-3PO, literally the first character we see in A New Hope. What about Yoda in Empire? He's a weird little gremlin Muppet looking dude stealing Luke's stuff. And please, don't get me started on the Ewoks, who I actually think take away from Return of the Jedi. I'm generally not a huge fan of Return of the Jedi, partly due to the Ewoks, but that is a video for another day. The franchise has always balanced seriousness with silliness, and Jar Jar is a continuation of that sacred tradition.
And between it all,
balance.
George Lucas himself summarized comedic sidekicks perfectly.
There is a group of fans of the films that don't like comic sidekicks. They want the films to be tough and like Terminator, and they want to be, real guy movies. And they get very, very upset and very opinionated.
From a story perspective, Jar Jar moves the plot forward constantly. Without him, the Jedi don't find the Gungans. Without him, Naboo falls without help. He becomes a general in the Gungan army and helps win the Battle of Naboo.
Jar Jar is a key to all this. If we get Jar Jar working, because he's a funnier character than we've ever had in any of the movies.
I'd personally even argue from a plot perspective, Jar Jar is much more important in The Phantom Menace than C-3PO in the original trilogy. Now, I know that's a hot take, but when you start to think about it more seriously, it starts to make a little bit more sense. For me, in The Phantom Menace, Jar Jar is us, the audience, dropped into a galaxy of lightsabers, trade disputes, and laser battles. He reacts the way a normal person might, confused, scared, bumbling through situations that are way out of his league. And that makes him, for me personally, a pretty relatable character. He's not a Jedi. He's not a queen. He's not a soldier. He's not a Sith warrior with a double-bladed lightsaber. He's not a droid. He's just a normal, ordinary dude, an outcast who steps up and makes a difference. And look, we as fans have to remember something about Star Wars. It's supposed to be family-friendly fun. It's supposed to be adventurous. It's just overall supposed to be a good time. And The Phantom Menace leans into that with characters like Jar Jar. He represents innocence in a galaxy becoming darker. He's goofy, but he's genuine. He's not trying to be a hero. He just wants to be somebody that helps. Jar Jar in himself is bigger than Phantom Menace. People love to forget, Jar Jar didn't stop in episode 1. We get so much more Jar Jar in the Clone Wars, which I absolutely love, and that are some of my favorites. In the Clone Wars, he has multiple arcs, and they're actually good. For example, in Bombay Jedi, he pretends to be a Jedi, which is a super interesting plot. Or, for example, the Blue Shadow Virus arc, one of the best in the Clone Wars, which is a very memorable arc. Or, my personal favorite, in The Disappeared, he partners with Mace Windu, and for the contrast of characters, it works almost a little too well. In these episodes, he even has a love interest, Queen Julia of Bardota. I would love to see this love interest expanded more in some form of Star Wars media, as I personally found it quite interesting in the Clone Wars. Unfortunately though, for Jar Jar, the backlash wasn't just memes and jokes. Ahmed, the actor behind Jar Jar, received years of abuse and hate, It deeply affected him personally and professionally. And that's something we as fans need to reckon with. He gave a full, committed performance with motion capture that was way ahead of its time. He brought Jar Jar to life. Whether you love or hate the character, Ahmed deserved better. The same thing has been repeated with the sequel characters in today's era, which is disappointing to see. And look, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Jar Jar is a perfect character. I'm not saying that every joke lands.
Jar, keep away from those energy binders.
But to write him off as a failure ignores the heart of his character. He's loyal, brave, true to himself. He tries to do the right thing, always. In a galaxy full of warriors, politicians, and chosen ones, Jar Jar Binks shows us that you don't have to be special to make a difference. Sometimes being genuine and kind is enough. So, to conclude, I love Jar Jar. I hope I was able to show you a different point of view. I think he's a good character, and I think The Phantom Menace is better because he's in it. So, let me know your favorite Jar Jar moment down below, and if you really hate him, try rewatching with fresh eyes. You might just be surprised. Thanks, and have a great day.